This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so good morning all, and welcome back to the session. This is Big Data Masters program. In the previous session, friends, we have gone through with the types of tables in Hive, types of tables in Hive, and where what we have seen inside the Hive, we are having three types of tables: a managed tables, external tables, and temporary tables. Okay, manage tables where the Hive is having complete control, and once we are going to fire drop table command, then the data and metadata, both of these two things will be gone with respect to the manage table. Once we are having external tables, at that moment, what will happen if we are going to fire the drop table command, then the actual data will remain unimpacted, that will remain onto the location, but the metadata will be gone. And these tables are the preferred way once we are working with Hive inside the actual working environment. So external tables are required at that moment. Temporary table, these are not, you can say, so much important from the developer's perspective, and Hive is having control, complete control, and for that particular session, these particular tables are being created, and once you are going to close the session, then these particular tables will be gone up. Like once you are going to relog in, you will not be able to see those particular tables. That is with respect to the temporary table. Then we have seen how to move the data into these particular tables. How to move the data into Hive tables. So over there, what we have seen, there are three methods: insert with insert command. Okay, with the help of this, we are going to insert record by record into a particular table. Second one is loading data from a file. Okay, and over here we are having two flavors. Once we are loading the data from file, say the file existing on local or file existing on HDFS. Okay, so we are having these two variation about once we are going to load the data from file. So it will be having two flavors. Once the data is available on local and once the data is available on SDFS. Inside this, what we have seen, like the modes. So once we are going to load the data into Hive tables, then it can be in append mode of data loading, and overwrite mode. Okay, so append is going to insert records one after another, and you will be like the records will be keep on adding over there. But once you are going to opt of overwrite mode, at that moment what will happen, it is going to remove all the previous record and insert the new record, or write the new record with respect to the current, you can say, file. Now whatever is available in current file which you are going to load, with respect to that, it is going to load inside that particular file. So that is how to load the data into a Hive, and it is having, say, two flavors. Then third one is loading the data from tables. Loading the data into Hive tables from another table. Okay. So this is the third method, but we have not covered this particular third method. In today's session, we are going to focus on to the third method, like how to load the data into a Hive table from another table. So let me pick up this particular topic and start the day from here itself. Okay, loading the data into Hive tables from a particular file. Now, for this, there are certain steps in order to load the data into Hive tables from a table. There are certain steps. So let me write down those particular steps. Steps involved for this process. Okay, first one, that is creation of Hive table. Okay, second one is uh, loading the data into Hive table. Okay, third is creation of another Hive table, or creation of Hive table A, what I can say, then loading the data into Hive table A, then creation of another Hive table B, and then fourth step, what it will be, loading the data from table A to table B. Okay, and that is what we are going to learn, like loading the data into Hive table from another table. So we are looking for loading the data into table B, and the data is available inside table A, and we are willing to load the data from that particular table, from this particular Hive table to table B. Okay, let's proceed with practical, then you will be having the better clarity. And fifth step, validate the records. Okay, so that will be the fifth step in order to load the data from table A to table B. So we already logged in inside the Hive, and let me check show tables over here, and I'm going to move with some of the table which is available over here. Say this is the product managed SDFS table. Copy, select star from product managed underscore SDFS. This is the table, and this particular table is having this particular data. Okay, and how we have created this particular table, what was the schema that we have used. So let me go onto the day 13, and we will try to okay, this is the table what we have created in our yesterday's session. Okay, so first step is creation of the Hive table. That is the first step. So say we have gone through with this, we are having this particular table. We are already having this particular table. And second step, that is loading the data. So over here, we have loaded the data into this particular table. This is the second step. Okay, so we have gone through with these two steps in our previous session. There is no need to like go through again and again, like creation of table and then loading the data in a table. So we know like creation, loading the data from a particular file into a table, that is working in this particular way. Now we are having another table, we need to have another table, and in that particular table we will be loading the data from this particular table, and that is product underscore managed underscore SDFS. From this particular table we will be going to load the data into the another table that we are going to create. So I'm going to create the another table, and that will be having the same schema. So let me copy this particular command, create table if not exist, and I'm going to give a name, say product uh, managed, that will be the managed table, managed, and underscore, say, from file, from underscore tab, what I can say, or table, product underscore managed underscore table, that is the table what I'm going to create. And my main motto is to load the data from the table which I have created in previous session. From that particular table, I'm willing to load the data in this particular table, so let me, I'm going to keep these particular product ID, product name, like I will be going to have the same schema. Okay. Or if you are going to change the name over here, like instead of product ID you can have ID, instead of product name you can have name, like, but the data type that must be same with respect to those particular table, so you can change these particular name but data type must be the same, that is the thing. So let me create a table and paste it over here. The table has been created, and just have a look, show tables. Okay, and we are able to see the product underscore managed underscore table. That is perfectly fine. And if we are going to check, select star from pro- product managed table, and it is the blank table. Nothing is there in this particular table, my friends. Okay, we are having nothing in this particular table, and our main motto is what? To load the data from the table A, or from table, let me write down in this particular way. I'm willing to load the data from this particular table, product managed as DFS table, to products managed table. Now, I'm willing to load the data from this particular table to the newly created table, which is blank at this moment. So just have a look. A simple command is there, and with the help of that, I will be able to load the data. Okay. So the fourth step, what it will be, like loading the data from table A to table B. That is nothing but this is the table B in our case. That is the blank table at this moment. And product underscore managed underscore SDFS. This is the table which is having data. Okay. So I need to load the data from this particular table to this particular table which I have created. So for this we are having a simple command. Okay. So the simple command for this, we are having insert into a table, and this is the table where I'm going to insert the record. Insert into table this, and what I need to do, select star from what? Select star from SDF, products managed underscore SDF. So so this is the first query which will be fired on, or this what you are able to see over here. We are having the sub queries. That is query inside query. Okay, so what we are having, insert into the table one. This is the outer query, and this select star from this particular table, this is the inner query. So what will happen once I'm going to fire this particular command or query onto the Hive? So first it is going to execute this one, and after like getting the record from this particular query, it is going to insert into this particular table. We'll be going through with sub queries in our today's session. So this is nothing but like the combination of multiple queries what we are able to see, or combination of multiple command. So first one, the inner one will be executed, and then it is going to provide the outcome to the outer one, and then the outer one will be providing you the final result. And we can have multiple sub queries, and the hierarchy what it will be, first the inner will be executed and then the outer will be executed. Yes, someone was speaking.
Ashok,
Yes, yes, yes.
uh, the same thing also happens with create query as well, like
Create, I didn't get a
subqueries and queries. Can you please show that this create
command.
commands? Yes, yes. Like
Sorry.
in create also, this create table if not exist is the main query, and this row format delimited and fields terminated by are the
No, 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 no,
subqueries.
no. This is the complete. You can say command. It is not
So,
like it is having
i-
subqueries. The
is
meaning
there
is
any
that row
way?
for.
Is there any way to differentiate that? How we came to know that this one is the main query and these are the subqueries?
We will be going through with subqueries in today's session. At that moment, you will be having the better idea. Okay.
Okay, okay,
So
okay.
select star from products managed. What it will give, it will provide you the result. You
Select,
can you
yes,
can
select all the
you can
records.
you can execute it. The execution is keep on going. Let me try to execute this one.
Ashok, Ashok, these
Yes,
sequences need to be maintained like first this and then second one, this
yes,
selected
yes,
star and
yes. The sequence need to be maintained. It is not like you are going to write down the inner query on the top and outer query in the in the
because
in the bottom.
but it looks like it's executed second line first and then then first line.
Yes, yes, yes. Today we will be going through with subqueries. At that moment, you will be having the better idea.
Okay,
I'm covering that particular stuff. So
okay,
just have a look over here. Select star from products, product manage SDFS. So if we are going to execute this one, it is going to provide me this particular outcome. So this particular outcome is given to this particular query. Okay, and then we are able to get the final outcome. Just have a look onto this particular product managed table. What is the data in this particular table? So select star from product managed table, and it is having the same data what we are having in product managed SDFS table. This is product managed SDFS. Okay, and this is product managed table that we have created. And what we have seen, we have loaded the data from this particular table to this particular table, right? And what I have mentioned over here, that is nothing but a flavor of subqueries. And subqueries is saying what, like inside the Hive or SQL world, it is not possible that you are going to fire the queries on table only. It is not, it is not like that. So you, over here we are having a table. Just focus over here, friends. Just focus over here. So product managed HDFS, that is a table, and it is perfectly fine. We are able to fire queries onto the product managed HDFS. But this methodology or this mentality is not correct. Inside the SQL world or inside the Hive world, uh, if we are having something in tabular format, if we are having something in tabular format, we will be able to fire queries on that particular stuff. Like it can be a intermediate result, it can be something, some selection from a particular table, that is also in the tabular format. Okay, we will be going in detail with respect to the subquery. That is from the topic subqueries. We will be covering that. Okay, so what I can say over here, subqueries or queries can be fired on the tabular data. Whatever the data we are having, if that data is in tabular format, it might be a table or it might be some portion of the table, then we will be able to fire queries on that particular data or tabular data. Okay, so let me start the subquery topic. And before moving to the subqueries, just tell me if you are having any doubt. And this is the simple, you can say, statement what you need to write in order to move the data from one table to another table. If you are having any doubt, if still you are having any doubt, you can. ask.
Ashok, yesterday we were also working on appending the data. Is it same thing what we are doing yesterday, or it is different? We were appending data in tables yesterday. You covered it.
Yes, yes, this is the same topic. This is the same topic like loading the data into Hive tables. Okay, the topic name is loading the data into Hive tables, and it is having three portions. With insert command, with loading from the file, loading data from file, and third one which we have not covered in our previous session, that was loading the data into Hive tables from another table. We have seen from
Okay.
file. File might be existing on SDFS or local, but how to load the data from a particular table into another table, right?
Okay. Earlier we were loading the data, appending the data from one file to this, but now
Uh,
we are appending data from table to table.
Table to table,
Okay.
right?
Fine. Fine.
Okay. So that is with respect to the you can say parent topic, loading the data into Hive tables. Okay. Now what we are having subqueries in Hive. So so far what I have mentioned, we are having a wrong assumption that uh, we will be able to fire the queries on tables only. Yeah? We are having wrong assumption and fire on tables only. Yeah? But it can be fired on tabular result. That means query inside query. Okay. So say I am having certain table, and in on that particular table I have fired a particular query, and I am having certain result, and if this particular result is in tabular format, then I can fire queries. Fire another query, another query. So for me, this query is fired first. This is fired first. Like I'm having a table, and from this particular table, on that particular table, I have fired a query, and I got a result. On to this particular result, say this is in tabular format. So this is the tabular view or tabular data for me. On this particular data, I'm having another query that I'm going to fire. So this is something what that must be executed first, then I will be having certain data in tabular format, and on this the another query will be fired. So this one is the inner query for me, inner query, and then this one is the outer query, right? This one is the inner query and this one is the outer query. We will be moving with practical. Okay, so in order to implement subqueries, we are having we can implement it with the help of two clause, from and where clause, implemented with from and where clause. Okay, just have a look. So in order to move with this particular understanding, we are having certain steps. So we will create table first, create table, then load data in that particular table, and create table, say products table we are going to create, and then we are going to load the data, create say another table that is fresh product. We are going to create another table that will be the fresh products table, and with respect to this particular table we will be loading the data into this newly created fresh product table. And then fifth step, what it will be, apply subqueries. Subqueries. Okay. So what we are having, say, with respect to this is nothing but products CSV. This is the product table, and let me try to show you what is there in fresh products table. Let's get the flavor of fresh product table. So fresh products, not here. It is not available over here. Okay, just have a look over here. So fresh product, it is having a certain table like broccoli, spinach, carrot, potato. Okay, so like uh, in the same fashion, what we are having over here inside this particular products table, just have a look over here. So over here we are having iPhone, and then certain cost is there. In the same fashion, we are having another table. Okay, we are having another table that is broccoli, carrot, okay, and potatoes, and certain amount is there. So we are going to the create another table in this particular format, and then we will be trying to fire the subqueries onto both of these two tables whatever we are having. So let me create the fresh product table, and the products table we are having, the products table we are having, if you want I can copy this particular data. Okay, creation of this is the creation of say products table, products underscore, say I can mention say new, and then loading the data in this particular table. So this is the second step, we will be able to load into products underscore new. Okay. That is perfectly fine. Now what we are going to do, we are going to create another table that is nothing but fresh products table. So we can mention say fresh products table, fresh products table, and I'm going to keep the same schema because like I'm going to fire, or over here I can change the schema, but depends. So as we are having the data set with respect to this particular schema, okay, so I can change the schema. I can have multiple columns over here. It is not required like you will be having the same schema with respect to the previous table. Once you are working with say subqueries or like joining and all with two tables, so these two tables will be acting differently and having different set of data. So it is not, you can say, mandatory to have the same schema. You can have the different schema, and then loading the data. So in order to load the data, what we are going to have, load data, and the data is available onto the local, so local in path. And what is the location, the location of this particular fresh products table is this one. So it is available inside this particular path. I'm going to copy this particular path over here, and this is freshproducts.csv, freshproducts.csv, and let me mention over here freshproduct.csv. Perfectly fine now. So okay, home Cloudera desktop shared folder fresh products into what? Into fresh products table. So this will be the another table. This will be the another table. Perfectly fine. Let me try to go, and over here I'm using say batch 32. I'm going to load the, I'm going to create the tables over here, show tables. And over here what we are having these particular tables, and let me try to create these new tables. So I was previously I was in this particular I was in this particular, you can say, database only. So we were having these particular tables. Not that is not an issue. So over here products manage new and fresh products table I'm going to create. So I'm going to fire these particular queries. So create product new table. Let me try to create this particular table. Table has been created. Now I'm going to move the data in this particular table. Load data. Okay, I think the table is available over here. But let me try to check now. Okay, so invalid path, So I think this particular table is the file is not available. Let me try to provide the path of what? Uh, huh. So product CSV. I want to have product CSV, and it is available over here. And this is the path of product CSV. Product CSV. Okay, perfectly fine. Load data local in path, and I'm going to load in product underscore new table. Okay, select star from product new. Okay, we are having the data in this particular table. So what we have done with respect to the two steps, step number one, creation of the product table. We have created a product table and we have loaded the data into the product underscore new table. That is perfectly fine. Now what we are going to do, we are going to create another another table, that is the fresh product table. And in this particular table, I'm going to load the data. Okay, let me create the another table as well. The table has been created. What has happened? Okay, perfectly fine. Now the table has been created. Just have a look over here. The fresh product table has been created. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to load the data in this particular table what I have created. So let me copy this particular command what I have written, and I'm going to load the data in this particular table. Perfectly fine. So the table has been created, and let me check the records. Select star from fresh products. Okay, and it is having the records. So probably like one space is there, so because of that it is showing this particular null values as well. Over here some space is there, and with respect to space it is showing the null values. That is perfectly fine. We will be able to move with this particular data. So we are having two table friends. product underscore new and fresh products. These are the two tables. And what we are going to do at this moment, we are going to run sub queries. So just have a look. In order to apply sub queries, what I'm going to do, say select star from and select, say what, select, say product ID that is available in both of the tables. Select product ID, add, say PID. If you don't want to give as, that will be fine. Okay, that is alias basically. Say PID, that is PID from this particular table, say product underscore new. Then what will happen, say union all, and select, say product ID as PID from, say fresh products, and what I can give, I can give as a tab. So just have a look over here. So what I'm doing over here, I'm having certain queries. So over here for me, what is the internal query? These are the internal query. This is the internal query. This is the internal query and this is the outer query. And what is happening over here? Select product ID as PID. As PID, it means like the product ID will be selected from the product new. Then it is going to apply union all. Union all, that is like a union operation is something like, say it is going to combine one after another. Okay, so it is going to provide the records from both of the tables, and what we are selecting, only product ID we are selecting from the product table, product underscore new table. And same what we are doing, we are selecting product ID from the fresh product table. So we are selecting and applying union all, and we are giving an alias, alias, that is the tab. So whatever the outcome from this particular query, that is given an alias, that is tab, and then we are applying select star from that particular tab. Just focus over here. So I have fired the queries. These are the internal queries. Okay, and to this particular query I have given a name, that is tab, whatever, or it is going to store the outcome onto the tab. And then, or that is nothing but a internal result in tabular format. Just have a look over here. So if I'm going to fire a query and the result, so I have given a name, that is tab over here, to this particular result after applying union all to the outcome of this particular table, and to the outcome of this particular table. Say I am having the certain outcome from this particular query, certain outcome from this particular query, and I have applied union all over there. And after applying the union all, that is an tabular result, and that is a tabular result. And on that particular tabular result, I have given an alias, that is tab, and I'm then selecting from that particular tab. Just have a look. First let me fire this particular query, and then just have a look what is happening over here. So it is going to provide me the product ID from both of the tables as PID. So the map reduce job is running, and probably you are able to recall that once we are working with map reduce, so map reduce jobs are running, and in order to provide you the outcome. So reduced task is 0 because aggregation related stuff is not there. So mapper 0%, it is in process. And over here we are having job tracking URL, and we will be able to track. So just have a look. And this is something with respect to the first column. Okay. Okay, this is something with respect to the first column. Okay, so tab, that is tab is what? The name what we have given over here. That tab is what? A name what we have given over here. And tab.pid, that is like, because we have given an alias over here. Product ID, it has been given
Ashok,
an alias as PID. Okay, and if you want to
we can,
select more columns from these particular tables, you can select. Now select say cost. If you want to have the cost as well, so you can select cost as well. Yes, someone was speaking.
yeah, Ashok, we can set tab as a temporary table as well, no?
That is a view basically, or a view. Yeah, you can say temporary, not the temporary table. That is not the temporary table. Temporary tables are not created by us. Okay, that is a alias basically what we have given to this particular result. That is an alias, right?
Okay.
Okay, so
Ashok,
that
this
is an
alias
alias.
is created permanently or it will be wiped out?
No. It will remain same until unless you are going to fire this particular query. You will be able to see tab. Okay, tab will be
Okay.
visible over there. Okay, if you want say another stuff from this particular table, say if you want to have amount as well, and I want to have amount as a dot amount. Okay, so because amount is there in both of the tables, and let me fire this particular query once again. What has happened?
I think in
I think
second query, comma
comma,
is not.
yes, comma is missing.
Yes. Okay, so we will be able to see the total amount as well.
And Ashok, if we
And
want to take all the columns, suppose there are 100 columns are
select
there,
star
and
then,
then
select
start.
star.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Even and friends, select star, that is not a good practice. Try to keep this particular thing in mind. Select star is not a good practice because being a data engineer, data architect, what we need to do, we need to minimize the data movement. Okay, and if we are able to minimize the data movement, say if we are having thousands or 500 columns, and if we are selecting all 500 columns and we are working on 5 columns, and say select star is applied over there, and we are moving the entire, you can say 500 column, that means like the data movement will be there. And if we are selecting more columns, then more data will be there, then the processing will take more time, and ultimately the job will be non-performant. And for being a data architect or data engineer, what we need to focus, minimizing the latency, right? So we need to focus on minimizing the latency. Try to select the columns which are required and avoid the columns which are not required. Right?
Right, Ashok. Right. One thing, Ashok,
So
if we will
yes.
using this user-defined functions to select, suppose we want to add the entire amount, we want to sum up the amount. So then this reducer job will come into picture or not?
Yes, yes, then the reducer will work. Then
Okay,
reducer will work.
okay.
So the map reduce job is keep on going. So it is keep on executing. Okay, so it will be executed. So just have a look. So we are able to get tab. So tab is available over here. Tab dot. So it is acting as a table over here. That alias we have given to the tabular result, that is acting as a table over here, and we are able to get the outcome. Right? Perfectly fine.